I was facilitating a meeting for a corporate travel group. They wanted to brainstorm ways to use social media to market to their corporate travel clients. Before I started the meeting, I had gotten inside information about the group dynamics. First, the group was large, about 35 people. Second, there were dominant personalities that tended to do all of the talking and shut others down. Finally, some of the newer, younger members were concerned about how they were viewed by senior management. All three of these factors, large group size, dominant personalities, and evaluation apprehension, spelled trouble. The group assumed that I was going to simply lead a brainstorming session, but I did something different. I used a technique called brain writing. First, brain writing is not brainstorming. If brainstorming is the simultaneous verbal generation of ideas in a group, then brain writing is the simultaneous written generation of ideas in a group. Here's how it worked. I passed out several hundred 3x5 index cards. I instructed the group they had 10 minutes to write down as many ideas as they could, one per card. Before the clock started, I strongly enforced two rules. No confessions, no guessing. No confessions means that no one should sign their name on a card. No guessing means that once the cards are taped on a wall or displayed, no one can guess who said what. The next step was voting. I gave everyone 5 Post-its and told them to vote for the ideas they found most exciting. This entire process took about 30 minutes, 10 minutes to brain write, 5 or 10 minutes to post, 10 minutes to vote. This technique completely neutralizes the alpha dominant people. Because everybody is writing at the same time, no one can interrupt anyone. If you leave groups to their own devices, it's natural for some people to emerge as the alpha dominant people. Investigations of who talks in groups reveal that 1 or 2 people do a majority of the talking. Unfortunately, vocal domination is unrelated to expertise. Let's talk about 5 more ideas to spark creativity in your team. First, go for quantity, not quality. Although it seems counterintuitive, groups who set quantity goals not only generate more ideas than groups who set quality goals, or groups who set both quantity and quality goals, they also generate higher quality ideas. In other words, they have a greater percentage of their ideas judged to be of high quality in the eyes of neutral judges. Thus, the way to get to quality is to generate a lot of ideas and then have some principle of selection. 2, break it up. Did you know that over 70% of ideas emerge in the first half of a brainstorming session? Groups who take a brief break are more productive in terms of quantity and quality than groups who work for a solid amount of time. This means your group would be better served to do 2 15-minute brainstorming sessions rather than 1 30-minute session. 3, change it up. My colleague, Dr. Hoon-Suk Choi, and I did a series of studies examining the effect of stable versus changing membership on group creativity. We found that groups who underwent membership change generated more ideas and many more kinds of ideas, higher flexibility, than groups who stayed intact. Apparently, membership change increases the ideas generated by the indigenous members of the group. Now, you don't have to fire anybody or vote a member off the group island to get the benefit of this technique. Even if you invite an outsider in for your next brainstorming session, you can reap benefits. 4, stand up. They say that sitting is the new smoking. The same goes for sit-down meetings. People generate more creative responses when standing, and in particular walking, than when sitting. And for those of us who live in ridiculously cold climates, this works indoors and outdoors. 5, fess up. This strategy is a personal favorite of mine that I like to use in the offsites that I facilitate. I put people into small groups and have them share the most embarrassing thing they've done in the previous 6 months. Yes, it involves taking a social risk, but the creative benefits are huge. In our research, we found that teams that share embarrassing stories generate nearly 30% more ideas than teams who share a prideful story or no story at all. Let's sum up. First, almost any intervention can improve creativity. Second, the simplest strategy is to stand up and bifurcate the creative session into 2 distinct halves. I often challenge teams to double their creative output in the second half. Finally, changing group composition by inviting outsiders can increase creativity.